Hello, hello. Welcome to today and the messages that are in it for us. We are having a heat wave. Well, I guess it's summer, so I guess summer just arrived. It's hot. I just had, have you ever seen Good Morning Vietnam with Robin Williams? Just had his little spiel go off in my head. Can't remember it exactly though. He riffs and it's funny, but it talks about it being so hot. But it's Vietnam, so I imagine it's even hotter over there than it is over here. We at least have ocean breeze, so I'll be grateful for that. I'm a freshwater fish, and I'm also lukewarm kind of I like it not too hot, not too cold. Some people like it really hot. They're just like, yes. I'm just not one of those people. I'm like, no. Okay, anyways. Takes all kinds, right? Takes all kinds. Well, here is our message from the Actuarians. We've got surrender. The energy of surrender helps you to focus on your heart and your feelings. Surrender is necessary to release old patterns that prevent you from opening up your heart. Surrender makes your fear vanish. To be who you are is a mutually healing process, both for yourself and for the people around you. Yes, because you are no longer bleeding on everyone around you. You're no longer holding other people responsible for inadvertently touching one of your tender, soft, unhealed parts, right? In that way and in all else. I mean, you just feel better, all of the things. Yes, yes, and oh yeah. Okay, let's do the weirdest shuffle in town. Let's ask the runes to come out and support this surrender, add to or help us narrow this surrendering. I think surrendering is one of the hardest things. It's like a trust fall, right? And a lot of the times it's like a trust fall after you have never been caught before. And then you're asked to trust the fall again. And you're like, oh, but every single time I've done this, nobody's caught me. The universe is like, you need to trust. There's something I came across and it was like, when you take a step, the thing appears, right? And you have to just trust that the steps will appear when you take. So if you doubt, that step won't appear. It's so hard. I feel like it's a movie. I'm getting like it's like a treasure in the middle of this big cavern, and just like no way to get to it. And that's the thing. You have to trust. You just have to take the step. Oh man, that's a brilliant treasure trap. Yes, treasure trap. Okay. Oh, okay. Boom. Othala. Othala. Speaking of treasure, look at the treasure on the back of this hermit crab. Okay, Othala. Othala. Hermit crab. Look at the beautiful home the little hermit crab has inherited from the crab that came before him. If each generation treats this shell with delicacy and contributes their own positive acts of care, upkeep, and enhancement, the ancestral property will remain strong and give strength to the lineage going forward. Othala asks you to look at your place in time and space, both in terms of the inheritance coming to you and the inheritance you will leave behind. It calls for the wise management of resources. Home inheritance, group prosperity, heritage, and ancestors. Ancestors. I'm really getting a sense of like surrender to the process, to the unfolding, to the universe, and its willingness, wantingness, conspiratoringness, conspiring to bring you everything that you deserve, everything that you want. And the universe knows better. So you may think you want some things, and you may still get them, and then be like, actually, I thought I wanted this, but it turns out I don't. It's like those people who seek material things, right? And they're like, I will be happier when I have this, 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 and that. And then they spend their whole life striving to get this, 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 and that. And then they get it, and then they're like, oh, I still feel the same. Because that's external stuff, man. Okay, let's check out the cards and see which ones want to come out and talk to us today. What are we gonna take away today from all the messages? Okay, no flippers. So we'll just boom, bam, boom. What is happening? There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear until it is. Okay. So let's start in the middle. Patience. Okay, this is why you have to surrender. This is how you surrender, by being patient, by trusting that it's coming, that it's covered, that it's good, that you're good, and feel into that. Be it, know it, own it. Yes. Okay. Wow. Look at it. It is coming to you. The universe is conspiring to make this happen for you, to make the things happen for you, to make the things come to you. This is the realigning of the cosmos. I'm going to turn that thing off. 1 second. There we go. The realigning of timelines and worlds so that you line up with your greatest and highest self and life. Okay, this is what you're being patient for. Okay, the patient knight. Pentacles, slow, it's growth. It grows into what it's going to be. You have to wait for it. It takes as long as it takes to grow, right? Also, this patient planning, this knight, their armor is very much lots of time, dedication spent making sure that they were fully prepared. Okay. Emperor. Okay, so this is the King of Kings. This is the kind of energy that sets boundaries, makes rules, abides by them, embodies all of the aspects of every king. And let me just check my cheat sheet. Okay, authority, organization, the father figure, strategic. There you go. And follow through. So this is saying that your patience will pay off. Okay, look at there. It's interesting too. Everybody's looking this way. So let's see why. We've got independence, okay, to mastery. This is like being a learner. This is also about making commitments, following traditions. So this could be, oh, I'm getting like, because we're talking about a new timeline, right? It's like this was your tending to your garden, your independence, your figuring out what you are made out of, okay, in your sanctuary space. And then with this movement and this timeline shifting, it's like shifting into someone who is a master, someone who is both the teacher and the student, right? Has gone through all of the things, learned all of the lessons during this sanctuary phase, and came out a master. A master. Okay, I wanted to go for these ones. We'll go for these ones. Destiny and truth. Okay, it's like you found truth about who you are, what you want, what you know, where you want to go. And this is your mastery, kind of your knowledge, the things that you have to share with people spilling out around, right? You, the overflowing cup, and this luck that you create for yourself in your countenance. Okay. Wowza. Okay, so we've got this wheel of fortune turning in your favor here. Part of your destiny, part of the result of your sanctuarying of self, your patience, and this passionate movement. This is communication. Fiery communication. Okay, so I feel like there's something very interesting going on there. Okay, let's see. We've got celebrate. Look at the colors over here. This is where we're heading. We're heading to overflow and celebration, which is freaking gorgeous. 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 And this is the tempering. This is the recognition of the process that needed to happen before you become the sword, right? You went in as a hunk of metal and you've come out a sword, right? This is you claiming your truth, pulling the sword from the forge, so to speak. Beautiful. And we've got the heart and celebrate. Okay, so we got a couple. Oh, we got 3 threes, so that's interesting. And this wounded heart here, okay, and this emperor wants to, it's got his back to it, back to the wounded heart, and this tempering. And so I heard this thing like, when you're alone, healing, nurturing, finding your truth, owning your truth, becoming your true self, the truest version of you, there is some heart healing happening, right? But you can only go so far because you actually need the other. You know, you need relationships in order to fully heal the heart. Okay, and I feel like what's standing out to me, these two, you know, you pulled out 2 of them on your own. But this last one needs a different kind of love. Needs a certain sort of trusting in someone. Like it's out of reach. You can't reach that one. That's a good analogy. You need someone else to go in there and get that last sword out for you. Whoa. Okay, I'm just going to briefly look at these because they flew, but we got the Queen of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles. So this is the discernment. This could be who you need to pull the sword out for you, someone who is exacting and discerning, recognizing you. Okay, and then 10 of Pentacles, this is all the material abundance. This is meditating, going in, grounding. This is maintaining emotional momentum. This is a beautiful, beautiful foundation, union, joy, gorgeousness. And the 10 of Cups, this is what it's all about. Okay, this is gorgeous. All this right here. Wow. Wow. Okay, we're gonna put them back in there and see if any of them want to come out again. But that is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm just gonna reshuffle. Reshuffling. I'm telling you, emotional fulfillment, that's the happily ever after that wants to get to you. It's been coming up nonstop, wants to be yours. It's going to be yours. This is what you're being patient for. This is what the universe is lining up timelines for. This is what the wheel turning in your favor is bringing. Okay, we've got the King of Swords. So I feel like, in boundaries, I feel like the King of Swords is somewhere over here. Because this is the transformed king. This is the king who receives the forged metal, the forged sword after the process. Okay, this is also the king who probably, cut away people and places and things in his life that wasn't for his highest and greatest good, and in an attempt to heal and even hide the heart a bit. Okay, and then we have the boundaries. Now, I think the boundaries have to be connected to, maybe it's up here. I don't know if the boundaries are connected to your Wheel of Fortune. Yes, it is. Okay, there you go. So a boundary around your tempering, your process, and this is allowing the things to take as long as they need to take. We've got the boundaries set around your sanctuary. Yes, you need to have boundaries. Otherwise, people are traipsing, wandering, destroying, using and abusing, and nobody's healing in that environment, right? And this sort of destiny, the truth. This is making sure you are only speaking your truth, following your truth, checking in to be sure that the truth is being upheld on all of the levels, right? You need to see and speak clearly with yourself about yourself when you're in your sanctuary space, right? You have to figure out what it is that you really want and release all else. We've got the King of Cups, who is very charismatic and creative, emotionally balanced, diplomatic, supportive, loving, strong, stable, compassionate, understanding. He's who I think this King of Swords transformed into. Okay, and look, we've got this one sword left. This is kind of like the transformation into this Emperor here. And this patience and this emotional regularity, right? A lot of that is what is turning your wheel. You don't want any weighted things bogging your wheel down, turning it in the opposite direction. You want it to be light so that it is facing up. And your ability to do this makes you a magician. Okay. This is how you send your messages to the universe in order to conspire in your favor, to realign the cosmos for your highest and greatest timeline. You become the magician through your sanctuary space, through your going within, your nurturing of self. And this is a definite patience. You patiently waited, allowed yourself the time and the grace to become powerful. An alchemist, one who turns frowns upside downs. Oh man, it's so warm. It's a hot one. Okay. Who else wants to come out on the side of the board? We got a couple. Flip-a-dip-a-dip-a-diz. Okay, what we got? It's the Two of Cups. We can make it if we try. Just the Two of Cups. You and I. Okay. So that's gorgeous. I just gonna go ahead and put this here because if anybody's gonna be celebrating, it's these two cups. Okay. You can't cheers with one cup. You need two to do so. And this could be passionately coming in. This could be something that you're waiting for. Something that your spirit team is like, yes. And you know why? Because two overflowing cups like this, they heal more than just themselves, right? This is why this supersizing thing happens. You can only you can become an overflowing cup. Don't get me wrong, that in itself is amazing. And wherever you are on your journey to becoming an overflowing cup, good job. Like it's tough, it's hard work. But when two overflowing cups get together, they are able to access those last little pricks, lingering things that need to be healed. And that's what supersizes them. It's like a power up of support and compassion and love and all of that jazz. And you know what? I was curious if the Two of Cups was going to come out today, because when I was driving down to the market today, the two eagles that I often see sitting together in the tree, as I came around the corner, they jumped off the tree and flew across in front of me. And it was just a beautiful, in tandem, couple goal, eagle blessing, gorgeousness. And I immediately was like, just the two cups. Okay. Love, 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 love. Okay, so we got a wish coming in. Yes. And this could be what you're being patient for, what the universe is conspiring, what's passionately coming towards you. Okay. Yeah, you know, you couldn't have received this wish before going through your experiences that you needed to go through and transforming. Okay. This is why you needed to be patient, because you needed to be the person able to receive this. Okay. If it would have came to you earlier, it probably would have passed you by or slipped right through your fingers, because you had to go through all of this first. Okay. So I'm just gonna put this over here, because this is all of the things, the transforming and your experiences in life. A lot of it too is like karmic debt that you had to work through, burn through, release, also, because you don't want to taint this new beautiful thing coming into your life that you work so hard to receive. And by working hard, I mean this transforming process. There's the hermit for the hermit crab. Yes, this is how you had to, why you had to go in. You had to go within and go through this process right here, this hermiting process. Yes. Can't rush it. Can't rush a cake before it is ready to eat. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles. This is masculine, feminine, going within or going without. So I feel like this was definitely a going in situation, based on everything that's going on in this reading. I'm going to put this over the Temperance, because I feel like this is part of your past experience that you had to kind of process, go into, be a part of, endure, evolve from. Right? You can't truly appreciate a thing unless you've gone without it. Okay. Let's get some cards in the future here. We've got all of the signs and the synchronicities leading you to love. And your ship's coming in. Okay, so following your signs and synchronicities, waiting for them before making the move. Okay, and it being related to the Emperor, who is very discerning. And what is he? He is strategic, law-abiding, and rational. Okay, so it could be hard for him to follow the signs and synchronicities or trust, but he's guided by his heart here and patience. And so it's like waiting for the right time to move passionately forward. Okay, then we've got the Three of Wands, which is 4 threes. All of the threes are on the table. So threes, where's this ship's coming in? I feel like this is what's going to be celebrated when they arrive. And it's almost like they're coming in, everything's coming in all at once, which makes sense, because the universe is conspiring to line up your highest and greatest timeline. And once it does, you're there. And so it's going to feel like everything's happening all at once. It is and it isn't. It was always happening. You just weren't on the right channel. Okay. And by channel, I mean a frequency. And you get to the right channel and frequency by grounding, meditating, tapping in, tuning in, turning on. Okay, I feel like that's like right in the center. so that you're not waiting, right? Just because you're being patient doesn't mean you have to be stuck in limbo mode, right? You can be maintaining your resonance, um, and all that. Okay, and then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is also what you could be doing, just enjoying your life, being amongst your garden that you work so hard on, enjoying the fruits of your labor, living the best life that you can, as an overflowing cup. Okay, sharing what you know, and celebrating what you have. This is gratitude, and really creating that connection with your intuition. Okay, we'll go through one more time, and if there's any more cards in this deck that wants to come out to say, do so now. Whoops. The Nine of Wands, tending of your spiritual garden. Yes. I also feel like it's like a harvesting. And I don't know why. Right? Because spiritual gardens will also have their own blooms and their own harvests. And it's like this nurturing of your intuition has a beautiful bloom or some sort of plant. And once it gets to the blooming stage, you start to, well, you can share, right? You can share your gifts of intuition, of knowing, of feeling, caring, loving. These are all of the things. Okay, I've got some mushroom cards out. We'll ask them for some guidance. No more mushrooms again. I drove past the mushroom people's home office and it said sold out. So I think they got busier than they anticipated. What do we got? We got a blue mushroom. And it's purpose and judgment. This one loves us. This one is very much part of our world over here, okay? A small but mighty mushroom with a big purpose. Don't ever let looks fool you. Remember the analogy of the tip of the iceberg. You never know what's under the surface. You can see only what wants or needs to be shown. The mycelium of this mushroom is a mass within the wood, slowly decomposing it and turning it into nutrients that supplies the nearby trees. It is small, but plays such an important role. It is not only stunning, but hard to spot because it is a tiny mushroom. This card indicates that you don't need to be seen while completing your purpose. And don't be worried about what people assume about you. Small and fragile does not mean insignificant and useless. It means there is beauty in everything seen and unseen, and not to judge a situation or person at first glance. It takes time to understand any person or thing because there is always so much more under the surface. It could also mean not to judge a book by its cover. People have so much more depth to them than they let on. There is also more to learn about a person or situation, so don't assume. Gather your information and look deeper. Okay, there you go. There's a beautiful message. Okay, I'm going to see if the spirit animals want to come out. I had cats and kittens in my dream last night. I picked this one male cat. He was slinking across the parking lot. You know how they walk really flat and scared, but he was heading in a specific direction, and I kind of intercepted him and picked him up, and he turned into like a compass. Not physically, just he was looking, like pointing, like one of those pointer dogs in a specific direction. So I started heading that way and saw this park up ahead, but he had to cross 2 more roads to get to it. So I was glad that I was able to pick him up and help him get there. And then I put him down in the grass, and there was a bunch of cats and kittens, and I think there was a family there, and of people. And he ran, and this other cat ran towards him, and they were all loving up on each other. And he was like trying to get back to his female female cat. And then they were all like snuggling and purring, and it was really cute. And then I got distracted by the kittens that were everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, kittens, they're so cute. Just watching kittens all day play. Adorable. Okay. So if you want to be a part of this reading, jump to the floor. Not the floor. It's right there. Ooh, it'll work. Okay, we got the raccoon, the cheetah. Ooh, there's some cat vibes. And the lamb. Okay, well, let's see. We've got earth and fire. I guess we'll do the cheetah first. Solar force, action, achievement, and masculine energy. Okay, this is the emperor vibes. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah, it shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When in balance, achieves anything, boundless energy. When out of balance, impatient and competitive. To bring into balance, reconnect to purpose. Okay, so what a beautiful balancing and confirming energy to the patience, right? Okay. Say conserve your energy. Don't just run about willy-nilly. Be strategic with what you chase after, run after, move towards quickly. Okay, and then we have the raccoon, talented, shadowy, in hiding. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times, it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. Okay, when in balance, generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive, starving artist. To bring into balance, make new work. Okay, yes. This self-image and success. Yeah, it's a real big hurdle, this like what I was saying before about having to be in lack in order to appreciate when you're not, right? And it's a really hard, like when all it's like the caterpillar. When the caterpillar has spent his entire life crawling on the ground, and then it's told, imagine what life would be like if you were floating in the air. And it's like, I don't even know where to start. Like it can be hard. It can be hard. It's no easy task, let me tell you. Okay, we got the buffalo and the lamb. Okay, peaceful, prophetic, and patient. The lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, and receive. When in balance, knowingness, inner peace. When out of balance, quiet, timid, and concerned. To bring into balance, meditation, listening. Okay, there's the meditation. Don't become impatient, right? Focus on creative projects and empowering yourself. Okay, I'm getting a bit of a pressure in the brain today, so I think I'm just going to pull a kitty confirmation card and call it a day for today. Okay. Yeah, I worked 4 hours on the mountain yesterday and didn't have any water. And I feel like I'm kind of feeling that today. Okay, cuddles and resilience. Meet Fluff. She's patiently waiting for you to stop your super important, get it done task and give her lots of love. She assures you that her fur is a cloud of softness that will melt all your thoughts away. Little Fluff is all about savoring the experience of being alive in your body. Time to disconnect from the digital world and reconnect to the lush, tactile world instead. Stretch like a cat until you quiver. Feel the air on your skin and the earth under your paws. Cuddle in with this kitty and feel her purrs awaken your heart. Oh, how could you say no to that face? Okay, I think this is the sanctuary and this self-care. Really treat yourself how you want to be treated and how you want to treat others. Okay, and resilience. Meet Golden. He really knows how to absorb the sunshine even after some rough patches. He has faced the lonely, hungry alleys, losing those he loved through both chance and betrayal. He allows his feelings of sadness, grief, disappointment, and failure to flow through him and pass as everything does. He is present with the fullness of life, the complete spectrum of experience. Even in the deepest, coldest nights, there is a golden sun in his heart to sustain him. Trust your resilience. Keep moving, keep accepting, and keep growing. The tide is turning. Look at this glowing beautifulness. Yes. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. Those are the messages, and I wish you cool thoughts if it's hot where you are. because it's hot here. I got fans on. My place actually stays pretty cool, but I always get extra warm when I'm channeling. So it's like doubly double. Okay, so there you have it. Think about your inheritance, what's coming to you, what you will leave behind. Surrender to the universe, to what you know, the work that you've done, and trust, have faith, and don't waste time waiting for anything. Just be in love. Okay? Take care. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I love you. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are super cool, even if you are also super hot. Okay? Love you. See you next time. Bye.